Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What you are about to witness is the absolute pinnacle of gaming YouTube. Nowhere on the planet will you find a better gaming YouTuber, I swear. And now, with your host, Jibba73, the DoubleEShow! Dude, can I have $5 now?
What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the DoubleEShow. It's Banished Wednesday. And in today's episode, we are going to take a look at everything that is available in the Red Ketchup Editor's Choice mod version 1.22, available on the Steam Workshop. And we're going to start with the vanilla stuff that Red Ketchup redesigned. So if you look at the vanilla houses, instead of having the slightly sloping roofs with the shingles looking a little raggedy, he's went through and he's cleaned up every single one of them, made them very sharp, more structurally sound looking. And he's done that with all of the vanilla buildings. So yeah, I mean, he did a fantastic job of just cleaning everything up and making it look nice and sharp. And so that's the wooden house and the stone house. Here's the boarding house. Let's zoom back out a little bit and we'll rotate it and bring it around over here. So the boarding house, if you can see, instead of having the big sloping roofs and whatnot, he really just kind of straightened out all the lines, made everything look really crisp. And there you go. So there you have them. It is not upgradable. It's only upgradable, I believe, if you have the Colonial Charter. The vanilla boarding house is plain and straight just a boarding house. But this looks a lot nicer to have in your town than the vanilla one, which looks quite dilapidated. As well as standard dirt roads and standard stone roads. They look very sharp. Actually, I'm going to unpause and let the people work on it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put a nifty little bridge in right there. So there's the wooden bridge that you're used to seeing. Stone base, wood top. They can get across the river there. They're going to come over. Let's come in here real quick, and I will give them add food to storage. I'll max it out. Yeah. And I'll add herbs to storage. There you go. So that's the housing for vanilla. And we'll come in here. That's the roads. The tunnels. Tunnel works the same. Let's see if I can find myself a mountain. This is one of his... this is... oh yeah, I forgot. I spawned a couple of tornadoes just to check them out. This is... plains, no dirt. So there's no dirt anywhere, and there's no hills anywhere either. So I can't put a tunnel in. No worries. You know what a vanilla tunnel looks like. All right, and then when we come down the toolbar, we have the storage barn. Again, just basically cleaned it up, made it look nice and straight. Stockpiles are exactly the same as they were, but he changed the texture color a little bit to this lighter brown color. And then we have a market. We have the standard market, which looks as it always has, just like that. We have the standard trader, which will come over here to the river, and we will put in. Boom. You've got the standard trader. Buildings, again, very crisp, very sharp, very clean. Now this is all the vanilla stuff. And then he added a trading post for just seeds and livestock. And upon adding that, let's see if I can get it right there. That'll just bring your seeds and livestock to you. And it looks so sharp. Storage. Yeah, storage for stuff is full. Yep. Right on. We'll get to that in a moment. So there's your trading posts. Okay, we're going to come down here to the town services, and we will throw in a well. Just like that. And there you have well. Now the standard well is for water, for putting out fires, and the gathering place for the locals to keep them happy. His wells do other things, and we'll get to that. Here's the schoolhouse. We will rotate it around. Again, straighten out the roof lines, made it look nice and crisp. And there's two styles to that schoolhouse, with a fence and without a fence. And we'll go ahead and plop one with a fence right down there so you can see what they look like. Okay, and we'll come over here to the hospital. We're going to rotate the hospital around so we can see it. So if you look at the hospital, again, nice, straight, clean lines. Hospital flag out front. We'll rotate it around here. And back it right up the road. Boom. There's your hospital. The stone textures are better as well. It really looks like it's put together with stones from the earth. I'm really liking how he redid the vanilla buildings. And we'll come over here to the town hall and do the same thing. We'll put it right here, and you can see nice, crisp, straight, clean lines. Looks good. Here's the chapel. Back that out. The chapel's pretty large. Always has been. So if I back out so you can see the steeple, we'll rotate it around. Oh, so beautiful. Right? Like this. Yeah. I mean, he really took his time making sure that the models were nice and clean. Love that huge bell. Not a lot of swing room in there for it, but love it just the same. And then, of course, the standard cemetery, which we will put right here, has to be at least 7 by 7. 7 by 7. There you go. Here's your standard cemetery. Stone walls. I don't think he changed much in here. He might have touched up the textures on the cemetery. But there you go. You've got all the vanilla town services. Now we're going to move on to the food stuff. Crop fields. We'll put up a little crop field there. The dirt texture looks about the same. We'll do the same thing with an orchard. 5 by 5. Orchards actually look a little bit more earthy, which I really enjoy. We have the standard pastures, which we'll take here. Right like this. There we go. 12 by 7. I think he cleaned up the roofs on these. Nice and sharp. Then you've got the fenceless pasture, which you won't be able to see anything. We'll come over to the vanilla fishing dock, and we will rotate it like this. Let's see if we can get one right here. Okay. Again, he definitely redid the roof line on these because these are much sharper. And I do like how they match the building types of the vanilla trading post as well. Very nice. Okay. And then we got the hunting cabin. Hunting cabin. Very nicely done. Plop that in. We'll go right here with it, like that. Here's your hunting cabin. I like how they got the stag's heads on the walls of the outside of the cabin. Very nice. And then, of course, lastly, the gatherer's hut. And again, just cleaned up the roof lines, made everything nice and square. Textures look like they're touched up a bit. Nice and sharp. I like it. Okay, coming into the industrial stuff. So this is all the resource production stuff. Under the vanilla buildings, you have the woodcutter. Just like that. We'll come over and take a look. The woodcutter, again, cleaned up and sharp. I think he actually added more wood piles. I don't recall. It's been so long since I played Vanilla Banished, to be perfectly honest with you. And then we've got the lumber mill. We'll rotate this around. Try to get this in an area where it'll work. Oh, wait a minute. This is a regular lumber mill. It's not a water mill. What am I doing? What am I doing, son? Rotate this around. Line up the fence. Boom. Got the dark roof style. And then if we come back in the lumber mill and I do this. Whoops, there we go. We have the light roof style. So depending on what you're trying to accomplish with your symmetry among buildings, this matches the woodcutter. I wonder if the woodcutter has two different styles. It does not. Okay. Then we got the Forester's Lodge. Forester's Lodge only has the one variation. So we'll put that right up here. Take a look at that. Again, nice straight clean lines. Looks real sharp. We've got the Forester's Lodge number 2. I do not see any difference in it. So let's take a look here. Used to define an area to selectively cut down trees and plant new seedlings. Used to define an area to selectively do seedlings. This one will plant only the new sets of trees that come with his mod. So, same exact look, different feature. And then we'll come in here to the herbalist. Any variations? There are not. The herbalist looks so cute. I love the, not a cupola, what the hell do they call that? The trellis for the stuff to grow up on. Very nice. And then we've got the blacksmith. And I believe the blacksmith is just the one variation. Yep, it is. And love it. Love it. And we'll come down this way and we'll put the... Whoops. I fat-fingered the key and put it down. And I think I got it in line. So there you go. So there's the seamstress. But let's just make sure that there is only... Oh, there's 2 variations of the seamstress. So we will put this one down as well. So you can see, dark roof, light roof. Everything else is exactly the same. And we have the tavern. Just like that. Any variation? There is not. This tavern with the stucco looks amazing. This is a beautiful tavern. I love this building. So beautiful. And then mines. Of course, mines have to be placed against a mountain. We've only got mountains surrounding the edge of the map. But you see what I'm talking about. And no variations. But again, he just cleaned up the buildings on them. Straightened the lines out a little bit. Made them look like they were better constructed. And then quarries, same thing. Just cleaned up the lines on the buildings. And in this iteration of 1.22, he did make the quarries and the mines extendable. So you can get candles and extend the depth of the quarries and the mines, where when he first redid it, you couldn't. When he first redid the vanilla buildings in the 1.0 or 1.1, you couldn't extend the life of the mines and quarries, in the vanilla ones, and now you can. So that's done. Now we're going to come into... no, that's just collection of things. Yep, okay. So now we're going to come into the red ketchup toolbar. And this is where the buildings get super lovely. So we're going to scoot around over here. And we're going to start out with homes. And we're going to start out with the country little houses. So the first set of country little houses, because there's 2 of them. All right. Actually, there's 3 of them. Country little house. Country little house. Oh, no, there's 2 and then a colorful little house. So these country little houses look like this. Right. And there's several variations of colors. So let's come over here. Several variations of colors, and we'll start with the yellow one. And then you have the stockage, which has all the variations of colors. So you can add it to the side of the house. And then you have the pantry, which has the variations of colors as well. And you can add this to the side of the house. And there you go. Now you have a complete country little house. Now we go to the next one, and let's see what makes this a little different. They're not as wide past the windows, so these are a little narrower. Yeah, these are just a little narrower. They have the same variations in colors, but these are slightly different colors. So let's go with this yellow, and you can see the difference. Much more vibrant. This is more washed. This looks a little older. One of the things I like that he did with this house is, because it always annoys me when you can't get the roads to go right up to the door, he added his own stone paths that come out from the houses. So I'll show you real quick. The roads don't line up with the doors, but at least now you can do this, and the paths come out the doors. So we're going to come back in here, back in the houses, back in here. Same thing. These have their own stockage and their own pantry. So if I go through the colors, there we go. Got that. I can do this. You see? And I do this. Find the yellow. Very nice. And in fact, you can put these anywhere on the house you want. So if I rotate it around the back, I can do that. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, and then the colorful little houses, you may have seen these in included in other mods. But you've got the first floors, right? And they have a variation of colored roofs. We'll do brown. Why not? Okay, and then you've got the second floor, and it just happened to come up with that. And you attach that right over top, and boom. You got first and second floor, colorful little houses. Very nice. Very nice. And we come over here to the Boston houses. The Boston houses are very vibrant in color. So we'll come down here, and I will rotate it around. You see we've got really light blue, light gray, a washed green, a washed yellow, sort of washed red, bright blue, purple, almost a gray white. Yeah, very nice. So that's the Boston House 1. Here's the Boston House 2. And the Boston House 2's variations have the roof dormers. So you can line them up in such a way that it looks like the... yeah, I like this. And again, variation in colors. And these are different in color. So I like these. I like these a lot. I like this black and white one, actually. It's pretty sharp. Looks like you can see from the first floor down to the second floor, so there's no interior floor in there, which is fine. And then we've got the new Medieval Town Little House Toolbar. These are awesome. So these are all the stone variations that he put into the town. So the first one here is using it's a new Medieval Town Little House used for housing. And then if I hover over this, does it show? I thought it showed what the brick type was. You know, like gave it a name like Old Church or whatnot. But apparently not. So here we go. We've got this one here. We'll rotate it around so you can see it. And it's basically the vanilla houses with a variation of stones. Whoops, I went right by it. There's brick. Come over a little further. Got that one. Come over out here. Got that vibrant brick color there. Go FF like that. FF like that. And then the last one is more the barnwood color. F like that. So there you can see That's 8 different colors of brick and stone. See, this looks like the stone on the church. This looks like the stone on the town hall. This looks like field stone. That's traditional red brick. That's washed brick. This is a sand brick. That's a vibrant red brick. Church stone and barnwood like that a lot. And then you come in here and we've got the new medieval little houses. And these, again, just a variation in color. So you can see, and they have several different styles, and we'll go through here real quick and I'll show you. Again, several different styles of homes. So starting from here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different styles. And now we have the new medieval multi-level homes. And again, same variation on the bricks. Now here it goes. Okay, so multi-level classic stone. This is old stone. This is red bricks. This is sand bricks. This is fire bricks. This is old church stone. This is old chapel stone. And this is old wood toolbar. So let's build a couple of levels here out of the standard red brick. So you can see what it looks like. Very nice. They have different styles, just like the multi-level houses generally do. So we'll put that one down. We'll put this on top of it. Yep, it goes like this. They have, again, varying styles of second story. So we'll put that on. And we'll grab the third story. Third story goes on the other side. I want to make sure I've got this lined up right. There we go. Just like that. And third story has its own styles. I think I like that one. So there you go. You got 3-level housing. I did put that one too far out. I thought I did. But there you have it. And again, all of those models stretch across all of these colors. Now you've got so those are the multi-story. These are also multi-story houses, but they're corner houses. So we'll use that. We'll put this on. And we will put this on. So there you can see entrance from the side, porch entrance from the side and front, second story from the front. You got your different balconies with the different doors. Very nice. And then we come into his hostels. So these are basically the boarding houses with multiple levels. So we're going to go like that. Like that. And lastly, whoops. And lastly, like that. And again, this just has the boarding house banners hanging off at each of the entranceways. And what he's done is he's added these little awnings over the windows, kind of delineate it from a regular house from a distance. If you can't see these, the little boarding house signs. Very nice. Okay, let's get into the roads in 1.22. He's got these beautiful red brick roads. Like this. Oops. So that's a beautiful red brick. And then he's got a beautiful sandstone. Okay, sand brick. And these are sandstone. So you've got red brick, sand brick, and sandstone. And when they're built, they're lovely. And in fact, let's go in here. We'll go, those are limits. Here's the workers. Let's put a couple of builders. Maybe they'll come build. Let's go into debug. Where is construction materials? Add custom items to storage areas. We'll do... yeah, we'll come back to that in a second, because I want to get to the barn building part of his mod. So there's the housing, and then we've got the roads. Now here's the barns. So in his barns, he's got the normal barn, which is slightly different than the barn, the vanilla barn, in that I believe the capacity is greater. So that's 7,500 weight capacity. You come in here, doesn't say. So I might be mistaken on that, but I think it has a greater capacity. But we're going to come over here and we're going to plop it in here, because this is the red ketchup stuff. So we've got that. We've got the medium barn. We've got the small barn. Oops, rotate it. I don't know why it... And then we've got the tiny barn. So there you have your different sized barns. Very nice. I like how the medium and large have the doors on the back, but the small and the tiny do not. I think that's kind of cute. Okay, and then we've got the granary. So we'll pull out here a little bit, and we'll put the granary down. Put the granary down right here. I believe there's only one variation. There is. The granary has these cranes to lift the boxes of stuff to the second floor. Very nice. Then we've got the root cellar, which obviously... stone basement cellar. Put your fruits and veggies in. Then you've got the meat locker. Meat lockers on some of the other mods are larger. I like how these are smaller. They don't hold as much, but they're smaller, easier to put in near pastures and whatnot. There is only one variation. That's pretty cool. All right, and we come over here. We've got the fodder barn. Now, fodder barn is important. The fodder barn, when in his mod, you can gather fodder and thatch from grassy fields, and you can turn it into firewood, or fire bundles, basically, to burn for fuel for homes and for many other things. Now, I thought initially the fodder barn only housed fodder, but the fodder barn actually holds a lot of things. It just happens to be a barn made out of fodder and thatch that you can put near your fodder barn, but they will store just about anything in there. So garden walls, fodder barn, 4x4, with a barn that will allow fodder items and everything that fall into that category. So firewood and things like that. And then you have a forest barn. The forest barn looks a lot like the woodcutter, but it is storage for wood and items like that. So forest barn comes everything that can come from the forest outposts. So wood, food gathered items, herbs, things like that. Very cool. And then we've got his markets. So we've got his main market, which looks very similar to the vanilla market, but it's got a smaller footprint. But I believe it's the same radius. So if I click this and I pin that up, it is not the same radius. There you go. Yeah, his radius is quite a bit smaller. But there you go. There's his market. Close that down. There's his market. Very similar in style. Same flagpole. Nicely done.
That was a failure of epic proportions. Unacceptable.